Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now today I have for you a little look at the Laowa 90mm macro lens. Now I recently purchased this second hand. I got quite a bargain actually. It was like half the price, half of the new price, so I couldn't really resist that. It's a lens that I've been wanting to buy for quite a while. I've heard a lot about Laowa lenses, and especially their macro lenses, how good they are. And when the opportunity came up on our local second-hand market, Trade Me, I thought, why not? Now, I've had macro lenses in the past. I had a Sigma 105 macro for the L mount, but though the image quality was really good, I was sort of looking for something with a little bit more magnification. And that's where the Laowa lenses come in. This is a 2x macro, so 2:1 ratio. You can put it onto 1:1 on the dial there, and then you can go right round to 2:1. If you can see that very well, but so I've had it for a few weeks now. My wife and I have been out and about, taking a few photos with it, and just testing it out a little bit. We haven't been too far with it. The weather hasn't always been on our side, and with working as well, working commitments, it's hard to get out and do exactly what I want to do with this. I really want to find some insects and some like fungi and whatnot, which in time I will do. But just at the moment, I thought I'd give you guys a little look into this lens and the images it can produce. Now, it has a minimum focusing distance of 20.5 centimeters, so you can use it like a portrait, landscape type lens as well if you want. I'm going to do some other reviews or other videos about this in the near future on different subjects, not just macro subjects, but other types as well. Now it weighs in at 619 grams. It's a little bit lighter and a little bit shorter than the 100mm macro from Laowa. A diameter of 74 millimeters and a length of 120 millimeters, and the filter thread is 67 millimeters, just like the rest of most of our lenses for the L mount. They're all 67 mil filter thread, so that's really handy, having one filter size for pretty much all of our lenses, which is really good. The focusing ring is really smooth, really smooth, buttery smooth. So it has an aperture ring. It's the first on the lens, and then you have the focus ring. Now the focus, as you'll see, if you can see that in there, you'll see the element go back into the lens as I turn it round to infinity. And as I turn it round further to the macro range, you'll see the elements appearing in the front there. Now there's a lens element on the front, where all that focusing is done internally, so the length of the lens does not extend. Like some macros, they tend to extend out as you focus in on them. But it's really well built. All metal construction. The only plastic in it really is the lens cap and the lens hood, which is, lens hood's a little bit disappointing really in terms of the rest of the lens. If they made a lens hood out of metal, it would have been even better. Lens caps out of plastic, most of them pretty much do that anyway. But yeah, the lens handles really well, and with the mirrorless body, having the focus peaking in the camera makes it really easy to focus. And there's quite a throw from, what's that? It's just over 180 degrees, probably about 200 degrees rotation from infinity to 2x macro. So you've got plenty of adjustment for your subject to get it into focus. Like I say, the focus peaking on there comes in really handy. you can see how shallow your depth of field is when you've got it at f2.8, which the majority of the sample shots that I'm going to show you are done at about f8. There's a couple at f11, I believe, but as there are no electronic, as there are no electronic connections in this lens, you don't get any EXIF data, and therefore it's either writing it down or trying to remember it. But I'll show you some of these samples that we shot with this lens and camera combination, and we'll see what you think of those. So I hope you like those collection of images. Now, just a few other shots that I'm going to just talk about briefly. This one here is I deliberately shot it out of focus to show you the bokeh in the lens, and the character of the bokeh in this lens. And so you can see there's a little bit of onion ring in some of the bokeh balls on it. But yeah, it's not too bad actually. So this next one I shot directly into the sun just to test out the flare performance of the lens itself. So, which it done pretty well actually. There's not too much in the way of lack of contrast or ghosting or anything like that in the shot. It's performed pretty well from what I can see anyway. Now this next one is of a spider web. Now I brought with me a little spray bottle of water, because it's not winter here and you don't get dew on the spider webs unless you're really early in the morning, which we weren't. It was about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I just sprayed a little bit of water onto these spider webs and tried to capture them. And these were handheld. A lot of these shots were handheld, and I had it lined up in focus, but with a slight breeze, when I took the shot, it would end up being out of focus. But you can see the bokeh in the background from the trees, the sunshine on the leaves of the trees. You can see the onion ringing and the bokeh balls in the corners. Also, in the spider web where the water droplets lie on that spider web, you can see like a little donut shape. That's quite interesting when you zoom it up to 100%, which will show you on the screen now. It's quite an interesting effect. It's almost like when you have a mirror lens, you get that the donut shape highlights in the background. But now this next shot, these screws in this image are only 10 millimeters long, so it's less than half an inch long, and just put them out on the bench and decided to do a focus stack. Now this is a 20 shot focus stack. Now I focus stacked them in Affinity Photo. It has a focus stacking function in there which works really well. As you can see from the shot, 20 photos I took from front to back, it's combined them all really nicely, but it's really sharp and focused front to back really nicely. I'm really pleased with that image. I had planned to do a high resolution shot with this with the same set of screws, but I forgot about it at the time. But I will do some of those type of shots with this lens and camera combination in the future, and see how that comes up against like a just the standard image. The multi-shot mode will give you a higher resolution, and we'll see what sort of detail we can pull out of some maybe better images than just a bunch of screws on the table. But yeah, with that, I hope you like that little look into the Laowa 90mm 2x macro on the Panasonic S5, which yeah, I really like the Panasonic cameras, and the amount of L mount lenses is growing all the time, so we're getting a lot of different types of lenses and a lot of variety as well. So and I heard that Sirui, Sirui, I think it's spelled, they've come on board in the L mount alliance as well, so that's really good to hear. But with that, I'll say goodbye and thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.